Have you ever wondered why it's so hard for people to break free from the chains of addiction? This is a question that haunts many, and yet, the answer lies not in the visible, but in the unseen battles fought within the realms of the mind and body. Addiction is a complex beast, interweaving both biological and psychological aspects that go beyond mere choice or willpower. Consider the biological aspect. When the addictive substance enters the body, it alters the chemistry, creating a false sense of pleasure or relief. The brain gets used to this artificial high, and when it's absent, the body screams for more. That's withdrawal, the body's desperate plea for what it thinks it needs. On the psychological front, addiction often serves as a coping mechanism for stress, trauma, or other emotional issues. It's like a toxic friend who's always there in times of need, making it incredibly difficult to let go. Addiction is more just a series of bad choices. It's a battle fought in the mind and body. As we delve deeper into this topic, let's allow these thoughts to linger. The scene gently fades, setting the stage for the next chapter of our journey. Addiction, at its core, is a hijacking of the brain's reward system. It's like a stealthy intruder, sneaking in and rewiring the very circuits that dictate pleasure, motivation, and desire. Let's take a closer look at how this happens. Imagine the brain as a bustling city, filled with various neighborhoods, each performing a unique role. The reward center, the brain's entertainment district, if you will, is where the feel-good neurotransmitter dopamine is produced. When we do something pleasurable, dopamine is released, creating feelings of satisfaction and happiness. In a healthy brain, this dopamine is regulated. It's like a well-timed fireworks display, lighting up the sky in celebration of a job well done. But addiction throws this delicate balance into chaos. Substances or behaviors that lead to addiction cause an unnatural flood of dopamine, akin to a never-ending fireworks show. The brain, in response to this overstimulation, starts to adapt. It reduces its own dopamine production or the number of receptors that can receive signals. It's like the city's residents closing their curtains, trying to block out the relentless light. This adaptation leads to the person needing more and more of the addictive substance or behavior to feel the same level of pleasure. It's a vicious cycle, a never-ending chase for that original high. And when the substance is absent, withdrawal symptoms kick in. The city, now used to the constant light show, is plunged into darkness. The residents' curtains are drawn, but there's no light outside. This is the unbearable of withdrawal. But the damage doesn't stop there. Other areas of the brain are affected too. The prefrontal, the government district responsible for decision-making and impulse control, starts to malfunction. The person loses the ability to choose not to take the substance, despite knowing the devastating consequences. It's a cruel irony that the very thing that brings short-term pleasure leads to long-term pain. Addiction is a powerful and destructive force. But understanding its anatomy is the first step in breaking free. As we deeper into the anatomy of addiction, let the scene fade out, leading us to the next chapter of our exploration. Meet John, a former addict who graciously shared his journey with us. John's story takes us back to his high school days, where everything seemed normal. He was a star athlete, an excellent student, and popular among his peers. But beneath the surface, he was secretly dealing with a lot of stress and anxiety. It was during this time that he was introduced to the world of drugs, a world that promised him an escape from his troubles. Slowly but surely, he found himself slipping into a dark abyss, unable to resist the allure of that temporary high. It started with prescription pills, then quickly escalated to harder substances. His life became a cycle of seeking the next high, with periods of debilitating withdrawal in between. As his dependency grew, so did the physical and emotional toll. His relationships suffered, his grades plummeted, and he was kicked off the team. His health deteriorated as he experienced tremors, sweats, and unbearable cravings in the absence of the drugs. The once vibrant and promising young man was now a shadow of his former self, trapped in the grip of addiction. But John's story doesn't end there. Recognizing the destructive path he was on, he sought help. His journey to recovery was not an easy one. It was filled with intense battles against withdrawal symptoms and a constant struggle to resist temptation. But with the support of his family, friends, and a dedicated team of professionals, he managed to break free from the chains of addiction. Today, John is a beacon of hope, a testament to the fact that recovery is possible. He has dedicated his life to helping others who are going through what he once went through. He is a living proof that while addiction is a formidable foe, it is not invincible. With the right help and support, anyone can overcome it. John's story is a stark reminder that addiction spares no one. It can happen to anyone. As this message sinks in, let's fade out from here, transitioning smoothly to the next scene. Now let's hear from Emily, another brave soul who battled addiction and won. Emily, a vibrant and lively woman in her 20s, found herself caught in the clutches of addiction. It started innocently, a party here, a social gathering there, but soon, the occasional use turned into a daily necessity. Emily's world was now filtered through a hazy lens of addiction, a reality that was far from the vibrant life she once knew. Her addiction didn't just her, it sent ripples through her relationships, causing a painful strain. The once bubbly and outgoing Emily was now a shadow of her former self, constantly battling the demons of addiction. Close friends and family members found themselves on the sidelines, watching helplessly as Emily spiraled deeper into her addiction. But the most profound impact was on her mental health. The vibrant and cheerful Emily was replaced by a woman constantly battling anxiety, depression, and a gnawing sense of guilt. Her addiction had turned her into a prisoner in her own mind, the walls of her cell built by her own hands. The withdrawal process was a testament to Emily's resilience. It was a journey through the darkest corners of her mind, a battle against the physical and psychological cravings that threatened to pull her back into the abyss of addiction. Emily, however, was not one to go down without a fight. Through therapy, support from her loved ones, and her unwavering determination, Emily emerged victorious, leaving her addiction behind. She had to rebuild her relationships, relearn how to enjoy life without the crutch of substances, and most importantly, she had to learn to forgive herself. Emily's story is a stark reminder of the horrors of addiction and withdrawal. It's a tale of how addiction can ruthlessly take over one's life, affecting not just the addict but everyone around them. But it's also a story of hope, a testament to the human spirit's resilience and the power of support and love in overcoming even the darkest of trials. Emily's story shows us the ripple effects of addiction. It doesn't just hurt the addict, it hurts everyone around them. And as her story echoes in our minds, let the scene slowly fade, leaving us with a lingering sense of empathy and understanding. Despite the horrors of addiction and withdrawal, there's always hope. It's important to remember that, even in the midst of the darkest depths of addiction, the potential for redemption and recovery is always present. Overcoming is no easy task. It's a journey filled with trials, obstacles, and setbacks. But with the right support and resources, it's a journey that anyone can undertake. Let's talk about the various treatment options available. There's no one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to addiction treatment. Different people have different needs, and what works best for one person may not work as well for another. That's why there are so many different options available, ranging from outpatient counseling and therapy sessions to inpatient residential treatment programs. Medication-assisted treatment, or MAT, another effective approach that combines behavioral therapy with medication to treat substance use disorders. This can be particularly beneficial for those grappling with opioid addiction. Aside from these professional treatments, the role of loved ones in the recovery process cannot be overstated. The support of family and friends is crucial in helping someone overcome addiction. They provide emotional support, encouragement, and sometimes tough love that's needed to push someone towards recovery. Support groups also play a significant role. These are places where individuals battling addiction can connect with others who are going through similar experiences. They provide a sense of community and understanding that can be incredibly, and let's not forget about self-care. Healthy habits like regular exercise, a balanced diet, and sufficient sleep can do for both physical and mental health, making the recovery process more manageable. Remember, recovery is not a destination, but a journey. It's a process that requires time and a whole lot of determination. But the end result, a life free from the shackles of addiction, is more than worth it. Recovery a journey, and every journey begins with a single step. So, take that first step. Reach out for help. No matter how deep you may be in the throes of addiction, it's never too late to break free. As our scene gradually fades to black, remember that the path to recovery begins with the courage to seek help. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned today. We've delved into the unseen battle that takes place every day in the lives of those struggling with addiction. We've dissected the anatomy of addiction, understanding that it's not a choice, but a complex interplay of genetics, environment, and personal experiences. We've walked alongside John and Emily, two real life of the horrors of addiction and withdrawal. Their stories remind us of the human element behind the statistics, the real people who are fighting for their lives. Finally, we explored the path to breaking free. It's not a straight line, but a journey filled with ups and downs, victories and setbacks. Yet it's a journey worth taking, for freedom from addiction is possible. Remember, addiction doesn't define a person. With help, understanding and support, anyone can break free from the chains of addiction. And as these words linger in the air, let's allow the scene to gradually fade out, moving us seamlessly into the next segment of our exploration. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or informative, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit from this information. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I'll do my best to respond to as many as I can. Also, if there are any topics or ideas you'd like to see us cover in future videos, please let us know. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more engaging and informative content. Thank you again for watching, and as the scene fades out, we'll see you in the next one.